Welcome to Spawner and Pooler. I will be guiding you through this plugin. There are three main components: Object Pooler, Wave Spawner and Shape Spawner. We will look into each component one by one. Let's go to Project Window, Prefabs folder. So as you can see, Object Pooler, I have already dragged that into the hierarchy. Now let's look into the inspector. The list has three elements. Let's look into each element one by one. Element 0 contains the tag cube. Tag is very significant in this plugin. Every time we need to access a pool, we do it using tags. Every tag is unique, so please keep that in mind. Next element is prefab. The game object that needs to be spawned is under prefab. Next is max count. So the maximum number of game objects that are allowed in that particular pool is determined by max count. Next is pooling method. So there are basically two pooling methods, without tag and with tag. So we are in this cubes element, we are using without tag. If a pool is not present in the hierarchy and it needs to be spawned, then we should use without tags. We will be looking into tags in a while. Next is can expand. If can expand is set to true, that means if required, the max count of game object in that pool can be increased in the runtime. And if set to false, then the max count cannot be exceeded. Next is set parent. If checked, you can see parent variable of type game object under it. All the game object of the pool will be child of this parent. Next we have a remove button, which simply removes the element from the list. Now let's add a new element by clicking on the add new element button. Here we will set the tag to capsule. Prefab, we will drag it from the hierarchy. We will set max count to 1 and pooling method as tags. So what it will do is all the game object present in the hierarchy with the tag capsule will be a part of this pool. In the scene window, you can see a gun. I have added a script called bullet spawner to the gun. It is responsible for spawning the bullets from the gun. Now let's play and see what difference it will make. As soon as we press the play button, all the pools are created instantly. For element 0, that is with the tag cube, which has a max count of 5, you can see in the hierarchy 5 game object of prefab cube is spawned under parent game object cube spawner. Let's look into element number 3, capsule. So we set the max count to 1, but as you can see now, it's turned into 3. That is because there were 3 capsules present in the hierarchy window before the start. That is the significance of the pooling method tags. You can see cylinder prefab lying in the hierarchy. That is because set parent was unchecked. For an uncluttered, clean hierarchy, you should always check the set parent to true. Now I will be shooting some bullets by pressing the left mouse button. As you can see, once the max count of 5 for the tag sphere is reached, there is no more sphere spawned. And in the console, you can see a message, no deactive object in the pool sphere. If you want a continuous bullets to be spawned, let's check the can expand to true, and then you can see the sphere count will exceed the max count and new sphere elements will be spawned. In the next video, we will be looking into wave spawner and what are its functionalities. If you have any doubts in this plugin, you can contact me under this given email ID.